Welcome back to another episode of The Boys Next Door.
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. I'm still feeling a little fiery.
A little fiery?
Fiery.
Well, why are you feeling fiery?
I feel like we just had a pretty juicy conversation.
Oh, prep
feel like-
conversations.
yeah,
to
I
get
just
us
feel like
fired up and ready.
fired up.
Inspired and fired.
Inspired.
I like it. It's a beautiful day outside.
It is a little chill out
A little
there,
chill in
but
the air.
I'm ready for some snow.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I feel like I like one. It's got to be enough to close everything. Because if it doesn't, then it's just an inconvenience.
I'm just not trying to shovel.
Well,
I mean, we do.
I don't think we
help each
do,
other, yes.
but I mean, like, I just feel like if it's not enough to like actually close everything, then it's like you just have to travel and nonsense. And I don't.
Annoying.
Yeah, no, thank you.
And it's like I feel like when people post pictures of like New York City in the winter, it looks
Yeah,
like
of course.
Winter Wonderland, and then they'll post the next one. It's like
Black snow.
black slush.
Oh, there's nothing worse than the snow mixed with the black from the plow, and it just looks like that. Like, ugh. And it usually stays around for a month because it's like a big mountain. Gross. All right, so that's enough
We're
of
gonna have
snow.
fun today. This episode is our Boys Next Door version of the game Hot or Not.
Oh, is that a real game?
I mean, I think so.
I thought you were just making it a game.
Is it a game, guys? Hot or Not?
I mean, I like the concept of it, but I didn't know that it was like an actual.
Well,
It's like Deal or No Deal.
No. This one and Howie, BFF.
I went on a bender of Deal or No Deal. One of the things
And you'll choked up over there.
sidebar that I'm watching it, right? And I'm like,
I know.
when is this? I know you've been watching me watch them. It's on, what is it, Peacock? I've been watching it. And I'm like, wow, when did this show go on? And I was thinking it was like 10 years ago. It started airing in 2005.
20 years ago.
Which is mind-blowing.
That's probably why, honestly, it's like...
But the real reason I started watching it is because I was trying to find my friend's episode.
Meghan Markle.
No. Oh my God. Well, yeah, I did see her.
She's on there too.
Which is kind of wild seeing her on there as like a briefcase lady. But my childhood friend Dana was on the show with her family. Funny story, she went to the audition with her sister thinking that she was going to be on it. And you know my friend Dana, like...
Meaning that she was going to be one pulling the cases?
No. She was going to the audition to be on Deal or No Deal with her sister Jenny.
Okay.
And they went to the audition, but they went with their dad, Drew, who is hysterical and very animated and like a very proud New Yorker, proud American, all the things. And they picked him. So he was on, and Dana ended up just being on the side people.
But on stage with
She's on stage.
Okay.
Yeah. Jenny's in the audience with Ashley, who's like a baby. It was like 20 years ago. It's really crazy. I'm still trying to find it. Dana, you told me episode 35, and
It's not it, girl.
We've tried. I'm trying to show it.
It was much easier to find Meghan Markle.
Yes, she's in seasons like 2 and 3.
Which, who knows, girl? She might have to go back.
Oh, God forbid. Oh, I know. I did. Yeah, I know. They're not the new...
Prince Harry.
What is that show that she's coming out with? I feel like
I
the
want
trailer
Faith
for it.
with Love Meghan.
Maybe.
But I'm also thinking of like Love Pamela.
Don't even...
No, but like...
I saw...
But they delayed it because of like everything going on in the world right now. The release of it. So
Okay.
it should be coming out springtime.
I don't know. I just will say that I saw the trailer and it did not make me feel like I wanted to watch it. I was like bored.
I'll tell you this. I get obsessed with like the royal weddings.
Yeah, but this
things
is
like
not that.
I know.
It's like opposite the royals now. No
But I
offense.
do think it's like interesting that they live here.
Yes.
You know,
No, listen. Everything they did like is,
interesting.
not interesting. I was gonna say like
Fascinating.
iconic, history making. Like, has anyone ever left like
I don't know.
given up their titles and just like started a normal life?
I really don't know.
I don't feel like that is
The only
something
thing
that ever
about is
happened.
Oprah in their garden with them, or them in Oprah's garden.
That interview,
Yeah,
that was a fabulous interview.
and that's
That
when they
really
left.
was. Yeah,
Right.
and that was kind of like, I think when they were still trying to get their footing, like they were here and they were like staying in Tyler Perry's house or something, and like because they needed full-time security, because you can't go from being like a royal under like
Guards.
24-hour protection with guard and then just like walking around the United
The
States like,
Hills.
hey, yeah, like that doesn't work.
I know.
But, you know, whatever. Wish them well, but I just don't really think the special or the new show looked interesting to
Well,
me.
honestly, I think maybe we should just start with this then.
Okay.
Her wedding look was not it. Talk about hot or not. Definitely not. Megan, I had such high hopes for you. I was pinning dresses that I thought you were going to wear. I had a whole vision
But
board.
like now, maybe in hindsight, maybe it all has to do with like how she was like feeling. Like,
I don't know though.
kind
If that were you want to go out with the bang?
I know.
Like, look
Listen,
like
here's the thing for me. I'm just
amazing.
gonna say it. When Kate got married,
William and Kate.
William and Kate, when they got married, everybody wanted to know who was gonna do her makeup, right? And I think it was Bobby Brown, if I'm not mistaken.
I think it was.
She had Bobby Brown brought to her and taught her how to do her makeup.
They had a one-on-one.
Yes. And that's what she did the day of her wedding. And it's very, like, I don't want to say like paint by number, but it's very like you can see if someone said, okay, you're going to do this and then you're going to do this and then you're going to do this. And then it works. But it worked. It looked beautiful. She had a structured cheek. She had like a black like eyeliner, smoky, blended out. Like it was very structured and very timeless. It will never be like, oh, what was she thinking? No. Really. I was really impressed. People were freaking out that she did her own makeup after the fact. And I feel like she always has, because you can see it's pretty consistently the same since. So she's learned.
Happy she's doing well.
Oh yes, love her. Kate Middleton, all good.
Always.
Good. Health vibes for you. Yes, that's a good point. But anyway, so her makeup looked amazing. Then Meghan gets married and she
wore Burt's Bees.
Her makeup was like
nothing.
And people have said it over and over again. I mean, I'm talking, and then I read afterwards, like no disrespect to the makeup artist, but I read afterwards and they were like, oh, we were going for a smoky eye with a lash.
No.
What? I didn't see either. She barely had eyeshadow on. She barely had a lash on. I don't mind. You saw all her freckles, which I don't mind because a lot of people like seeing their skin, but there was no. And then remember those pieces that were like here?
I think she had those pieces framing her face and they tucked them back at the last minute.
I even think she may have on her own. Like if you've seen it happen where you've done this and it's perfect and then somebody's just like, oh, I'm going to put them back.
Daggers.
Then they're flat and then they go under and hook like that. So when she walked down the aisle, they were like either initially like this and then she put them behind her ear. Or straight, but either way, they were put behind her ear at the last minute before she walked, and then you just see the tails of them coming from below her ear, and it just gave it an unpolished look, and it was not it. Like you said, it was not it. Not it. But she was looking better. I mean, her makeup and her hair was gorgeous.
Listen, I still think, I know we're like jumping around, but
whatever, sweating,
their engagement shoot when she wore the black dress and she had smoky eye, big waves in her hair. Girl, why didn't you show up like that?
I will never forget when you showed me that right after they went. Because you were, I was there, first of all, when they got married, you were like up with the sun.
3 o'clock in the morning.
Watching it. I was like, oh, wow, he's really watching this whole thing. And
I love that stuff.
I know you do. And it was a little bit of a letdown of her whole look.
Oh.
You know? And then when you showed me her engagement looks and all that, I was like, what? How do you go from that to that?
I'd be devastated.
I know. But then... You know, but the way it turned out, I guess.
But you know what? I would like to know how she felt about it, because that's one thing I don't know.
That's interesting. You know, she could look back and be like, oh, I hate it.
But I find it hard to believe. I don't know her.
No.
But I still feel like she's not like, oh, this was the best I've ever looked.
Well, it's not.
No. But I'm saying, like, there's no way she feels like that.
No, I agree. I think that she probably has notes now, as do we all. I already have notes on mine.
Everybody.
Would you change anything about how you looked at our wedding when you look at pictures now?
No.
You did have a really good hair day that day too. Sometimes I feel like mine looks a little blocky in some pictures, but other than that, I like it. I wouldn't change it.
Still hot.
What is it? Hibachi or?
No, fashion or trashin'.
Fashion or trashin' or Versace or hibachi.
Versace.
Yeah, Versace. Still.
Yes.
Okay. So, what we're talking about on this game, we spiraled, wedding edition, hot or not, It's more or less like I think they're kind of some of them are like traditions,
Trends,
trends,
traditions.
traditions. What's the other word?
I don't
No,
know.
I'm struggling.
You know
I
me,
guess
always
it
looking for
would.
the word.
I know. I was gonna say you're gonna say something insane. I guess it is traditions,
Yeah.
like things that people typically do. You know, like the bouquet toss and the garter. You know, those kind of things,
Yeah.
right? So,
I mean, yeah.
what do you think? I just gave
I
you
think a
two.
lot of it is a hard no.
Bouquet toss hard no. Come on. No, I'm still hot for the bouquet toss. I like it.
I like it, but how many times is a bride really throwing her real bouquet?
They're not. That's why they
They
get a
never are, but
throwaway.
old school people used
Well,
to.
things have changed. First of all, some of the Nicholas, think about it. Some
Matthew,
of the bouquets that brides carry now would decapitate someone if they threw that.
probably. All the pins alone.
You know what I'm saying? Like some of these
Daggers on the
things,
dance
they
floor.
could never throw that over their head. That's why they have the throwaway. But yeah, because
No.
people also used to carry little bouquets. Now some of them are to the
Weird.
floor. You
Yeah,
know,
they're bringing that back.
you wouldn't be able to throw it
The
like your
cascading
actual bouquet.
ones.
And I wouldn't want to personally.
Ew.
And do you see what those girls do to catch that thing? How they destroy it? You want to throw your real bouquet and watch them
Acting like a bunch of
literally,
linebackers.
literally like linebackers.
Yeah.
And let's be
Gonna
honest,
sack the quarterback
there's
over
always some
there.
girl
I
that's been
can't.
saying for the 12 hours at the wedding that she's gonna catch it. So just move the
It's like,
fuck.
you better fucking get out
Yeah,
of my
just
way,
move the fuck out of the
bitch.
way because she's honestly gonna kill you for it. She's gonna kill you
Yeah.
for it if she decided. Okay,
Okay, fine. So that I
the
guess
bouquet
can
toss, I'll be honest with you.
stay.
The bouquet toss I like, but one that I find more awkward is the garter thing.
Oh,
Look at you. Look at you. Look at that face. Look at that
it's
face.
so
That doesn't say all.
unnecessary. It is so unnecessary.
You didn't let me take your garter off.
No, my pants were too tight. You never would have been able to get it.
Literally, you wouldn't even be
I
able to put one on under those pants.
I would take it scissors to cut them off.
True.
I just think it is so cringe. And
When
it's
they
not
take it off, or
the whole concept of it.
okay, it's a little like ancient timey, like a little bit like.
But I think too, like, who really, no,
Just say it.
who really is waiting till that night?
Oh, is that the
I
implication?
think.
Oh, get the fuck
Is
out
that
of
is
here.
that
Is
what it
that the
is?
implication? Like you're opening the gates?
So pure.
No, 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 no. I was under the impression, and I could be wrong. I was under the impression that it's like it's really just because the bride throws the bouquet and the
But there's a
groom,
symbolism with
that the
it.
groom throws the thing, and whoever catches that,
But why would you take it from
wait,
such an intimate place?
where's she gonna wear it on her head? That's where she
No.
wears it from. But I'm saying that the guys throw that, and whoever catches that, he's the next one to
Yeah,
get
I get
married.
that.
And if she's the next one to get married.
And they're like,
And they usually do something awkward together, the one who caught each.
oh,
You know what I mean?
no, I haven't been to a wedding like that
But
recently.
honestly,
That happened.
I was gonna say the same thing. I haven't been to a wedding where they've done both in a while,
I
or
couldn't even remember.
even if they have done the garter. I mean, listen, I'm gonna be honest. I feel like a lot of the weddings in our families is kind of like an Italian, like they're very traditional.
No,
I feel
but
like
I
that.
don't think
But on my side, like,
even like my family's got married. No,
all right, here's the other thing. Let's just be real.
no.
If you're gonna do it, God bless. Do what you want. But sometimes I think people just make it so awkward. If you can't just get it off like with your teeth coolly, like and
Why does it
actually,
have to be teeth?
well, people do it with their teeth. But if you can't do it smoothly, then don't do that because
And
it
can they
makes it
stop
look
playing
awkward.
that song?
I don't even think that's
What is it,
acceptable
Pony Boy?
anymore. I don't think
Rude
you're
Boy?
like allowed
What
to.
is it?
Wait, does the groom take it off? Yes, the groom takes it all off, right? It's not like the groom's man's putting his
No,
head up
they're
there.
giving it to somebody in the audience, to their fans.
Right.
But is that the song Pony Boy? Rude Boy?
Maybe
Riding?
nowadays, but not. It didn't used
No,
to be.
you know
I
the
don't
song
even
I'm
know
talking
what
about?
it used to. You mean the one from?
Mhm.
Are you talking about the one from Magic Mike?
Maybe. Pony.
Yeah, I
That's
think
the song.
that's. It might be now, but it didn't.
Let me
used
tell
to
you
be.
something. If you were going to do it, I want to see you slut it up.
Make it sexy.
Make it sexy.
Make it sexy.
Do you remember that infomercial, Flirty Girl Fitness? And they used to like grab the chair and like do a whole routine around the chair, but it was like a workout routine.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. Look it
never
up right
seen that.
now.
I don't have my phone.
Oh, but I feel like if you can make it like fun and not cringe, I'm for it.
Flirty girl fitness.
Flirty girl fitness. I know some of you out there know that.
All right.
I'm shocked you.
I'm more of
I'm
like
shocked you didn't buy it.
no girl. I'm more of like a Jane Fonda
Suzanne
videotape.
Summers, Thigh Master.
R.I.P.
Collector's
girl.
guest.
Whatever. I still have it, but I use her eye cream that I love.
Besides the point. But I'm
Okay.
gonna say it's a hard no for me.
All right. So the Garter, no.
Yeah, but I think it's just I can't even speak. So many people are making it a point to like steer away from traditional aspects of their wedding.
Yeah, because they want it to be different.
Different. Oh my god.
No, listen, I understand
No,
that. There's certain things that if you get rid of it, it kind of makes it feel a little like, those things that are like,
I don't think people are looking for it anymore. Like
No.
I haven't been to a wedding where people are like, I cannot believe they did not take her garter off.
no, you're right. You're right.
Oh.
You know what? Another one that I do, but to the opposite, I think people have noticed. I noticed that a lot of times people are not doing the cake cutting in front of people.
Oh, they're doing private cutting.
Right, a private cutting.
And then you hear, oh my God, did they cut the cake yet?
Okay, so that's exactly right. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. So do you feel like that's something that I feel like people do enjoy seeing?
To be completely honest,
Yeah.
I think people like it for two reasons.
Why?
One, because once you cut the cake, I think people feel like they
can go. Fair.
Which even myself,
I was gonna say,
I
I
have
do.
felt that. I have felt that. We all felt that. And everybody that doesn't is lying. And I do like watching it. It's like,
Yes.
I don't think it's like cheesy. I think it's cute.
Well, I'm just asking this because I really don't remember. Was ours private and then
No.
people were just there? Because I remember people taking pictures, and I love
Public.
some of the. You always say that the picture that Mayor took was one of your favorites. Marianne took a picture. Like,
Even some of our professional photos, like of our cake cutting, I love.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you can make it like a really beautiful moment. Like it doesn't have to be like I think it's trash when you smash the cake in each other's face.
I knew not to do that.
I don't like that.
And I just feel like,
Sorry.
what the
just me,
thing about
guys,
that
my
too is
opinion.
though, like, it's been done so many times. So when people do it, they're all
not
trying to
funny.
like do it even bigger or make,
Okay. Wait, what about, I think this would be more funny. Like when people try to like throw a grape and you have to like catch the grape in your mouth. What if they did that with a piece of cake?
Oh my God, I'm certainly glad you didn't think of that before our wedding. Because
I would never.
Do not like that idea.
I was not ruining this.
Why don't the bride just catch it with her tits if you're gonna do that?
I'd be better. I am.
Okay, so
But I do think that it's still a hot trend.
for the cake,
But going into this upcoming bridal season, I feel like we're going to see a lot less of it.
all right. Well, it was already a lot less last year.
That's what I mean. As time's going on, I feel like it's becoming less and less, and people are becoming less focused on what their cake looks like because they're like, oh, half my cake is fake. It's not even real. So it's like, so why am I even cutting in front of people when they're going to go cut up a 55-person sheet cake in the
It's true. I didn't know that until recently.
A lot of places do that.
We were at that wedding that had the cake that was the biggest cake I've ever seen. It was beautiful I've ever seen, and it was not real, right? It was just the top to whatever it is,
bottom to whatever it was.
whatever it is. But it's smart because then they just cut the sheet cake up, and then you have this.
I'll tell you this though, when I'm at a wedding, at the end of the night, if you're like drinking and hanging out, partying, I'm like, I would love a piece of cake and a hot cup of coffee.
You always do.
Always.
Nana. Always looking for the cake and coffee.
Always.
But that's like your mom. Your mom's like a big cake and coffee girl. She loves that.
And I think too, if there's not a lot of dessert at a wedding, having the cake is like, okay, at least I had wedding cake.
See, but that goes to another one. That is why for me, it will always be a hot. I love a Viennese hour.
Oh, I love it.
Like
Love
as
it.
much
Give me
as
the show.
give me the show. Bring out those rolling stations.
Bring
with
out the
things on
dancers.
fire and listen.
Shot girl.
One thing is you're not leaving right after the cake is cut because if you want to wait for unless you bring them all at the same time out so that people don't miss anything.
I'll tell you this, at our wedding, we had a Viennese hour and I did not step foot in there once.
Sad for him, I did, and I ate everything. And one thing that we did, which I was so happy with, is to consider too, is instead of doing the cake and then like the Viennese like an hour later or a half hour later, whatever it is, we said that we wanted everything at the end simultaneously. So it was like cake came out, Viennese hour started, and to-go stations were all there. So if you wanted to just grab your cake, grab some snacks, take your to-go, bye. We didn't want people to miss anything. And I liked that. And I'm sorry that you did, but I ran out there and
You know why though? Because I'll never forget the one song that I really wanted to dance with Matthew to at our wedding, which is one of my favorite songs of all time.
Dirty Talk.
Is Dirty Talk by Winter Gordon. If you don't know it, check it out.
It is.
I could lip sync for my life to that song. I know every single
It is like
word.
one of your anthems.
And I was on the speaker, like going wild. And I just kept saying, "Where is he? Where is he?" To everybody. I'm like, oh, whatever.
And you did. You had. I was eating all of the tuxedo stations, and all my friends were literally stuffing chicken nuggets in their pockets.
Which is fine. I think that's cute.
Yes, I was like, I'm going out there, and
but I never got one thing.
See, you can't hesitate. But you had the memory of your dance.
Yeah.
And I have my memory of the food. But I feel like I got in there for a little bit of that song, because I remember that being on.
I don't know.
Gotta eat. All right, so
I don't know.
Viennese hour, hot always. I'm sorry.
Hot, hot, hot. And I think people love it.
Yeah.
So it's like the dessert version of cocktail hour.
Yeah. All right, we got a lot of these. Go on. Let's do some more.
Okay, one that I feel like is hot right now is private vows.
So explain that.
Saying your vows in private. So some people will use a little notebook or a pad, and when their photographer comes or videographer, they'll be reading them to whether it's the camera or just,
Isn't that a card?
No, some people literally do their vows in private. Sometimes even to each other. Like it'll just be like, let's say me and you will go outside into the garden.
And then when you go to get married, you just
say the standard for better.
Yeah, I don't really. That's gonna be a not for me.
It's a not for me.
Yeah, I don't care for it.
The one regret that I have, it's not even a regret. It's just because I love writing and creative writing and all of that. I wish that I still wrote my vows to you. Because even in the card that I wrote you,
yeah,
like we write each other beautiful cards, not being like whatever, like all the time, that I feel like I just wish I said more in that moment.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah,
not that you didn't know how I felt, but
no, I totally understand. I feel like, yeah, that's a not for me. I like doing it at the actual
because the weddings that
ceremony.
we've been at where people say like their real vows, like I'll never forget Kaylin, shout out. She was reading us her vows while we were doing her hair and makeup that morning, and I literally had to stop.
Yeah, they were
curling her hair because I was like,
they're a beautiful couple, Kaylin and Dave.
Beautiful, Kaylin and Dave. Love you guys. But they were so beautiful, and she was getting choked up just reading them. That I even like, guys, I could be the ice queen. Like I feel nothing.
Frosty.
But it was just such a raw, touching moment that I'm like,
you could feel. That would have been a shame if people didn't hear that.
Yes,
that would have been a shame.
Yes,
because that was
so happy that they did.
So yeah, so that's a not for us both.
Yeah.
Okay, this one is definitely a not. I'm just gonna say it. Group dances at weddings.
Oh,
it's really a hard one for me. It makes me. I get embarrassed for people, so I find myself blushing all the time when this happens.
Go through my body.
I can't, especially if it's like.
Unless it's in. Let me just say this. Unless it's in like memoriam of somebody.
Oh well, that's different, for crying out loud. I mean,
like if your grandma loved the electric slide.
Oh God!
And she's no longer
okay. When's
with
the last time
us?
you were at a wedding where they said, "Everybody, please join us on the floor for the electric slide in memoriam of Grandma"? I really. No, but I know what you mean. But if there was a specific reason, but I still, again, don't think they're going to do a flash mob to remember Poppy.
I can't. No.
No, I just think the group dance is like, I mean, I grew up in a time where like the electric slide and everybody was doing the Macarena and all those things. Yeah, I just never.
At my communion.
The chicken dance, like those kind of things. Like I feel like no, it's a not for me.
I think the problem is
Cotton Eye Joe.
It's something you have to communicate with your DJ.
So important.
Because when people are like, oh, just play party music.
And they'll say, oh, well, but people like that. I don't care. I don't want to hear
Sweet
Caroline. Sorry, not even in a cocktail situation. We even picked our in-between music of like when there's downtime because like I didn't want to hear those kinds of things.
No.
No,
But I'm
no,
gonna say it's a hard
a
no
hard no.
for me.
A hard
Listen,
no.
if it's for you and for your partner, if you love that, do it on your honeymoon.
Yeah.
Because no one wants to hear it. I can. But wait, I have one that it can go one way or the other.
I think I know which one it's going to be if it has to do with where.
I personally feel like a first look
Mm.
is one of those that can go either way, hot or not.
I think it depends on the couple. It's kind of hard for us to say too because a lot of times we're still there for the first look, so we get to see that when they're doing it.
Correct.
But there is something to be said about when everyone, including the groom, sees the bride for the first time
Or other groom.
or
Or
whatever. Yeah, whatever. You know what I mean? There's something to be said when when they see each other for the first time,
At the
kind
ceremony.
of at the ceremony.
I love that. That I guess you could say is like the traditional part of me. But I do love that. Like when brides tell me like, oh no, I'm not doing a first look. I'm just gonna see him at church
Yeah.
or at the
It
venue.
builds up that
I'm like,
I know.
oh, I got chills.
It really does. It does. But it's not to say that doing one takes away from that because we got ready together and I still felt that excitement even after the fact. So it didn't really ruin that.
No, but we didn't even do a first look.
Well, there was no point because we were
Could you imagine?
getting ready
Okay, you go
together.
down the stairs, turn your back.
No.
And I'm
Zucker,
gonna
no.
go down
Matt
the
and Jenny,
stairs.
no, they would have never done that because we would never. It's not us.
No.
We were just hanging out with them
I
screaming.
think too,
Hell,
it's
I
like,
need more light. I look old. Get me more light.
I think it just really depends on the details and like how much time you have.
Yeah.
And sometimes too, if you want your photos like during the day, but your ceremony's at night, like you kind of have to have a first look or yeah, I guess the first look.
Yes, if you want daytime pictures, right, you would have to. You would definitely have to. But I think I honestly, I feel like I can't say hot or not. It's a very personal
It's
thing.
still like 50-50.
Yeah, both are, I find both acceptable. And I think honestly, each work better for each couple, depending on what
I just think some people just put so much pressure on it.
Well, that's something you can't do.
Because everybody sees like on
They're like, oh, if
TikTok
he doesn't
and Insta,
cry.
people these like
I'm like, well, then you better bring a pin and stick him with it because there's no guaranteeing that he's going to cry. Like, what do you mean?
Get a pin and stick them with it.
I got one though to go back to dancing. Dance lessons, hot or not?
I think it's hot.
Hot.
I love it.
Yeah, listen, I'm not going to lie.
I wish we took dance lessons.
I've seen them. My concern about doing that would have been doing it and then coming off like the people I don't want to come off. Like
I
it
would
was
have
a
been
waste. You would have definitely been, but I am not coordinated great with
choreography.
like things like that. I've never tried, but like I even know when I'm working out, like with Eric, and he'll be like, "All right, do this and do this and do this," and then I'm like, "Wait, what was the second thing again?" And he's like, "Let me show you." And then if he shows me, I can do it. But
Because
like,
we're visual learners.
I guess that's what it is. But I'm not. Listen, I've never tried, but I just think that if you're
maybe
gonna,
we should do it this year.
okay, if you're gonna take dance lessons for your wedding, try and keep it simple unless you're like really a dancer, because you don't want to make a fool of yourself.
And can we please stop with the dirty
Oh,
dancing?
please stop charging your husband like linebackers, like you're Jennifer Grey. They all look terrified, like deers in headlights, like you're gonna mow them down.
It never goes over
It
well.
never goes well.
And I think it should just be like wrapped up.
No, I've seen
Done.
I mean, out of the hundreds of YouTube videos I've seen of people trying to do that, I've probably seen like one or two that I was like, wow, that was impressive.
And who was it? Like Derek Huff?
I mean, no, but like somebody like really like that really pulled it off. All right, a couple more.
I can't look at you over there. I'm just thinking in my head. I'm like, you know what really needs to be like beep is speeches.
I can't do this. This is gonna be bad.
I don't think that.
What do they say? Get the hook.
We got a cane here. Can somebody grab me a cane?
No, it's really. Everybody says they're gonna keep it to 2 to 3 minutes, and they don't. Listen, if your bride and groom or whoever's getting married is okay with a long speech, go for it. But I just think sometimes they are so excessive. I'm so sick of hearing when Kelly and I first met, like For those of you who don't know, yes, we
Can that
know.
line just be deleted out of everybody's
I know it's really like
speech?
because like we know
For those of you who don't
and there
know
are
me.
reasons to say that we understand why because it's like you're the sister or you're this or that, but like
But they could ask who's sitting at their table with them.
right,
Who is
like
that?
I know,
Who is that up
I
there?
know, and most of the time it's like for those of you who don't know, I'm the
Groom's brother.
better looking, whatever. Like it's all been said and done before. Listen, a few jokes, great. A few inside jokes, sure. But it is mostly things that are only relevant to you and your friend.
Write them a card.
Put it in the card because people are going to check out after a
Yeah.
while. They'll give you a couple jokes that don't make sense or a couple stories that maybe you didn't need to hear. But after a while, people are like, okay, we get it. You know each other
I
forever.
think that it should, something that I would suggest is that it's more of just a toast.
A toast,
Like
instead
a
of a
celebratory toast
speech.
instead of a speech.
But some people, like I've heard brides say, like, no, I want her to make like a speech.
No, there are people
And
that
some people,
want that.
listen, I've heard some that are so good, and a lot of times it's the
Yes.
ones that didn't think they were going to be good and they killed
true.
it, and the one that's like, oh, I'm so sure. Really consider not using your phone. If you're going to use your phone, take off your screen lock so it doesn't lock every 2 seconds when you're reading it because that's awkward. Every time you have to reopen your phone, it's like, wait, sorry. Okay, I'm back. No, that's not actually.
Checked out.
That's not. No,
Done.
people have stopped paying attention by now.
I have.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Can
just
I just take a sip of this drink? Yeah.
edit, and then when you think you've edited enough, edit one more time.
Yep.
Like it really shouldn't be a
Okay.
whole life story about you and the bride.
When in doubt, make it a toast and move on. People will be like, oh, yes,
Yes.
thank you. That was so
Short
that
and
was so
sweet.
good.
If all else fails, short and sweet. We tell them that all the time when they're panicking. Like, I don't know if short and sweet.
That's it.
And no one will penalize you for that. Right?
Yeah. It's so true.
Edit.
I think these are pretty good ones. I know there
yeah.
are so many more that we could dive into, but we could be sitting here until
For days.
tomorrow doing it. So I would love to know what you guys think is a trend or tradition that you feel like is either phasing out or
Phasing in.
for this bridal season.
Or
coming up.
something that you've seen at a wedding that you were like, oh, I've never seen anybody do this and I thought it was so cool.
Ooh.
Put it in the comments. We'd love to know.
Yep, let us know. Thank you guys so much for tuning into another episode.
Yes. Like and subscribe.
Yes, we'll be back next week.
Bye.